What's up, collectors? Jim here with another figure review, and tonight I'm taking a look at the Diamond Select Mallrats Silent Bob figure. Now these are pretty neat. I picked this up at the same time that I picked up my Diamond Select Pulp Fiction figures. This was the same price point, $14.99, but when I was rung up at the counter, it came up $9.99. So, you know, can't beat it. But the packaging is basically just like what we saw with the Pulp Fiction figures, just a big kind of like blister pack. We do have this white and kind of yellow design, or not white, but red, with some yellow explosion designs going on in the back. You do have Mallrats. You have the figure in the open window. You can see everything that comes with them. Got a picture of the real-life actor, Silent Bob collector action figure. On the back, does show you the other characters that are available. There wasn't, Renee was there, the Brody was there, but I did not see Jay, or I would have picked Jay up too. There is a little bit of a read up here. And you got the Diamond Select toys and everything like that. So very, very neat. But that is the packaging. Let's crack old Silent Bob open and check him out. Okay, and here he is all out of the packaging along with his accessories. And he does come with a nice little bit of accessories. We do get a basic style stand with, you know, peg, I guess, to hold him up. But he does stand up for the most part on his own. We do get this little kind of toy, I guess it's a wooden truck. It's a little bit warped in the packaging, but, you know, it is pretty much basic and plain. We get a little bit of sculpt work on it, a little bit of paint. The wheels don't move or anything on it, but, you know, nice little added feature. We do get a old style VHS tape, so that's pretty cool. And this is done, you know, pretty plain. Not the best paint work, but it is neat. You get a little bit of sculpt in there and everything like that. It does come with a multi-tool looking type thing. And this again is basically just in one silver color. Nice decent sculpt on it. Does come with an extra right hand, I'm guessing just for gripping some of the accessories. And then he comes with this awesome like grappling hook gun, and this thing is actually pretty damn cool. I mean, the paint again is not the best. We get a little bit of gold paint underneath there on the trigger and a little bit on here, but nice sculpt all throughout this thing. It's pretty neat. And it does come with the hook as well, which is a little bit warped from the packaging, but we get a nice little sculpt on there. And the unfortunate thing is that there is no place to put this, so you would have to like literally drill your own hole into this in order for this to fit in there. So that's a little bit disappointing that, you know, we cannot put the grapple in there. But taking a closer look at Bob, I think they did a good job. Again, you know, the sculpt of these figures is pretty much on the money. It's just they seem to lack in the paint department, but I guess at the price point you can't be too mad. But for the most part, I do like this one. You know, the eyes on this one aren't as bad as you know, you would think they would be for this kind of thing. But I do like the hat. The hair looks really good sculpted. You know, for the most part it looks like the actor. The teeth are painted pretty clean. I do like the, you know, goatee and mustache. They look good. Get some nice sculpted lines up there on the top of the hat. And as far as his jacket, this entire piece is a very glossy black, which does kind of stand out from the other kind of flat black colors that are on him. But this is a softer piece that you could probably technically take all the way off if you really wanted to. And it, like I said, it's in that glossy black, but we do have some nice kind of sculpted lines, pockets, buttons, and everything like that. So that's pretty neat. You see underneath, we do have some, I don't know what this is, glue or something. That's a little bit unfortunate. We do have some pretty sloppy white paint for the collar of his shirt. Looks like he is wearing a Michael Keaton Batman belt buckle, and that looks pretty cool. Again, we have, you know, the undershirt and the white from his shorts coming through, and then his shoes, which look pretty good. Did a good job on the shoes. We got some nice sculpt, you know, pretty much sloppy paint, but, you know, once again, at the price point you can't be too mad. So I mean, overall I think they did a pretty good job with this figure. Overall I think they did a decent job for, you know, at $10 I'm definitely not going to complain. It is a neat little thing. It's got that nostalgia feeling. You know, Mallrats was a pretty good movie. And as far as interchanging the hands, it's as simple as that. Let's see if you can, let's see what this looks like. Alright, so this hand, he doesn't really hold this grappling gun too well. So that's a little bit unfortunate. I believe this is the hand that's made for it because it kind of works, but it's very, very loose. So he's not going to be able to hold on to that exceptionally well. I guess he can hold on to the VHS tape with no problem. You might be able to cram this gun in this hand. Let me see if I can pry these fingers apart. Okay, so yeah, so this hand is probably made more or less for this grapple gun. He will hold on to that with this hand with no problem. Now, as far as the articulation for the Silent Bob, you get nice movement with the head. You get a little bit of up and down. You do have a rotation. You have a little bit of side to side. The sculpt of the hair does kind of get in the way. For the, you know, it's going to kind of crash right here. But you do have a hinge and swivel, so you get pretty much horizontal. That swivels all the way around. Again, there's no bicep. You just have the single bend at the elbow, which doesn't really give you much, pretty much almost 90 degrees. That doesn't even swivel, so that's a little bit unfortunate. You get no swivel out of that. The hands, since it's basically just that peg, you know, you pretty much get swivel and a little bit of up and down movement, all around movement, because there's no hinge in there. There is absolutely no cuts or anything here. There is, I guess there's no, okay, there is a waist swivel. Pretty loose joints on this guy. There's a waist swivel. His legs is going to be hindered because of this, you know, upper shirt, but you get about that much out. Get about that much going forward, about that much going back. I don't think there is any kind of rotation. No, there's no like thigh rotation or anything. You get what looks to be a double jointed knee up in there, but I imagine you're not going to get much use out of both of those joints just because of these shorts, because they're pretty much going to limit any kind of movement. So yeah, I mean, you really only get about that much out of that. I don't know if you guys can see that. About that much out of that double joint. The top of the shoe does swivel. You do have a hinge which brings it really, really far back, so that's nice. Comes about that much forward, and is there a forward-facing pin? Nope. So you basically just get a big old hinge out of that, and I guess the swivel. But okay, yeah, there's a forward-facing pin. So you do have a forward-facing pin for a ankle rocker. So I mean, at the end of the day, it's a pretty neat little figure. I mean, for the price point, you can't be too mad at it. It does come with some cool accessories. Now, Silent Bob measures out just a little over 6¼ inches tall. This packet did come in here. It's like a Jay and Silent Bob licensed merchandise packet. This goes over some other stuff that I guess, you know, Diamond Select is selling. Here's some other figures, mini figures. We got some Clerks action figures, which I think I've seen before. The Jay and Silent Bob movie, that'd be a good one to collect. I wouldn't mind getting those. That's really cool. And then some of the mini mates. And a little, what is this? Oh, a little, like, you know, feedback type thing you can reply. But yeah, let's get some comparisons. Here is the other Diamond Select figure that I just got, the Pulp Fiction. So you see the scale between these two, which is probably pretty accurate, because I think Silent Bob is a little bit on the shorter side. Here's another NECA figure. Here's a Mafex Deadshot. Bring this back a little bit. So that gives you a little bit of height comparison as far as what he will look like on your shelf. But yeah, guys, that is it. That is the Mallrats Diamond Select Silent Bob figure. Really, really cool little figure. Like I said, for for even a $15 price point, it is neat. We do get some nice accessories with this guy. Nice sculpt, decent paint. I mean, you're not going to get them in like crazy poses. It's just not going to happen. But for a overall kind of aesthetic look, it does look good on the shelf. But that is a review, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Subscribe if you have not. And I will catch you guys on the next figure review. Take care.